What is going on, everybody? Hope you all having a fantastic Tuesday. Let me get my mic a little closer to me. We're going to start talking about reviews as soon as I get confirmation from people who are live. No, oops, I'm opening iTunes. I don't need iTunes open. Yes. All right. Hey, Mecca. Is this hey, Mecca mean you can see me and hear me? Okay. Give me confirmation. Then we got to jump right into this right away. Jacob, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? And awesome. So can you guys hear me and see me? Okay, awesome. Look and sound good. Anthony Miller, thank you. It's always great having you on these things. So we're going to dive into this. So basically, okay, actually, housekeeping. Let's do this first. Cancun Mastermind, Self-Publishers Cancun Mastermind. It's the first of its kind. It's going to be an annual event, but we're kicking things off with the first one. That's why tickets are so cheap. You want, like, if you're serious about building your publishing business, look, if you're just here and doing it as a hobby and you're not really taking it seriously, you don't really care what happens, a month from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now, and you don't give, what about your business, then yeah, this event is not for you. This event is for serious publishers who are looking to make money, scale, and build their business bigger than what it is. So you want to go, there's a link. It's the first message in this chat, so you can scroll back if you're watching the replay. Links in the description, and I'll pin it as a comment once this is not live anymore. I'll pin it, but you want to go check it out. It's mecosci.com/Cancun. It's September 6th to the 9th. It's going to be like 4 days, where it is 3 days, 4 nights, whatever that thing is. It's going to be awesome. I'm just finalizing the agenda. That will be up on the main page. The website I just talked about, that'll be up on the main page as far as the overall agenda for those 3 days. So really looking forward to it. As I've been getting the speakers already and organized, and just hearing about what we're going to be talking about. Also, full disclaimer, it's family day today. And, so it's running a business, home office. I'm sitting in my dining/living room right now. Wife and the kids are just over in the other room. So you're going to hear some background noise. You might hear a baby cry because he likes to cry. Do your best to focus on me and not the background noise. So that's why I'm having this mic nice and close to me, so you guys can hear me all right. But after this meeting's over, it's tea party time. I got a scheduled tea party at 2 p.m. So we're going to dive into things. Let's get going here. All right. So welcome, everybody. I'm going to run through some questions that really stood out when I did the survey. I recently did a survey last week. Asked, I think it was just 4 questions, just kind of get a better idea of what's going on with, with all of you, and what you want to learn and what areas can be improved on. So it was great to see over 100 responses, and I put them all in a spreadsheet, kind of went down through it. Ollie says, I can confirm Cancun speakers are ready. My man, find that microphone. Ollie's on searching for a mic right now. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. Not to mention the Saturday excursion. Like this, the Saturday excursion, guys and girls, is going to blow your mind. I have something planned that I bet the majority of you have never even done or thought of, but it will be like, it could be the highlight. It could be the highlight of the this will be a moment you'll never forget for the rest of your life. What I have planned for Saturday, I'll just leave it at that. Like, that's what this excursion is going to be. It will be something that will stick with you forever, because it's going to be that freaking epic. So I'm doing some more calls to get it finalized and get it booked. But and this is all included. That excursion that's going to be with you for the rest of your life is included in your ticket price. So there's 3 tickets available, starting at $397 all the way up to $1,000. There's only one for the premier ticket. That's $1,000. There's only one more available for that. So whoever snatches that up, you get the bonuses. Yeah, no, that's really cool. So can I sell books with resale rights? Yeah, no, that's flat out no. You have to sell original content. Don't do that. You'll lose your account. Then you'll go crying Amazon closed my account because I didn't know this. Don't sell. You can't resell a book on Amazon. They do not like that whatsoever. They might actually hate that more than you selling a book on Alexa. They actually might hate people trying to sell PLR books or resell books. So no, don't try to resell a book. Bad idea. Unless you want to get your account closed. Great idea. All right, so let's dive into it. So I'm gonna kick things off to continue the video I did on reviews. I posted a video a couple of days ago on how to get reviews without doing review swaps, because so many of you have so many freaking questions on it. And it was great because I loved it, because I was talking to my mastermind earlier today, and it was something like 12 dislikes and like 14 likes. And when I get a video like that and it has like that many likes to dislikes and the ratio is like, I don't know how good, bad, whatever it is, it means I've hit a nerve. Here's the fact of the matter. If you're looking for like some easy money with Kindle publishing, you're in the wrong. Like, that was like 5 years ago. So get out of it and go do something else. Like, go find the next Moby. There's Kindle publishing easy money days are gone. So stop watching those old videos. Those are gone. If you want to find a way to get reviews without review swaps, you 100% can. And I don't know why so many of you haven't figured this out. Or the fact is that you are just too, I don't want to say lazy, because I don't like calling people lazy, but you're just not willing to put in the work. Because getting reviews without review swaps it's a simple process, but it's a long-term process, which means you're not going to see anybody doing videos on, hey, I made $10,000 a month without getting any review swaps. And I started with Kindle publishing like 3 months ago. That's just it. I don't want to say it never happens, because fiction is a completely different ballgame. But you have to really take a page out of like what some of the top fiction publishers do. So it's really simple. If you want to publish your books without review swaps, here's what you have to do. 1, pick one niche, and you're going to go all in on this one niche. That's it. You're not doing multiple niches. You're going to pick one niche. You're going to go all in on it. And this is the only thing you're going to, like, your business will be focused around this. 2, define who your customer is in this niche. Target a specific customer with specific problems that you want to solve. 3, locate these people. Find out where they are. Where do they hang out? What social media platforms are they on? Are they on forums? Are they on Facebook primarily? Is it Instagram? Is it Pinterest? You have to find out where a lot of these people congregating. Then 4, you have to go and start communicating and building relationships with them. Whether it's your pen name or it's not your pen name, the shit's irrelevant. You just have to create an account, go in there and start talking and connecting and getting involved with those people. Okay. Then number 5, once you've done this for probably a month, it's time to start collecting some emails. You start collecting some emails. Hey, listen, everybody, I got a book coming out in the next little bit. If you want any advanced copies, hit me up, message me or email me, or go to this page and just submit your email, and I'll send you a free copy. Even though I'm not at Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is home. So that's what you do. And then you start getting those emails, and then you send the book out. Okay. And say you've got 50 emails. You're going to send the book out 50 people, the PDF. Okay. And then in 2 weeks, you're going to follow up with them. Oh, I haven't read it yet. 90% of the people haven't even opened it. Welcome to the world of marketing. Okay. And then you follow up in 2 more weeks. Right now, it's been a month since you sent them the book. You say, hey, do me a huge favor. Can you leave a review on Amazon for me? But you keep marketing it over and over and over and over again. right? And it's going to take you months to really make money. It's going to take you months to really get going, especially if you're brand new to online marketing. This will take you months, but it works. Because why? This is what I just told you is exactly how I built my first actual pen name brand niche up. I did exactly what I just told you. So all of you crying, looking, oh, I don't want to use review swaps. I wish somebody would give me a step-by-step guide on review swaps. What the fuck do you think this just was? This is what it takes to get reviews without review swaps. It's work. You have to actually work to get this done. Okay, there's no shortcuts. Your shortcut is review swaps. That's your shortcut to shortening your way of scaling up with publishing. It is. But if you don't want to use that, you just got to go the old-fashioned way, right? Why can't you do it for multiple niches? Because it's too much work. I've tried it. I did it for one. I was like, oh, that works really well. And then I tried doing it for another, and I was like, one, I was no longer interested in the other niche I was doing. It was like computer programming. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even know where to start with this. And I was like, man, this is way harder than I thought it was going to be. It was a lot easier with my first niche because I was excited about what that niche is about. So don't be crying about, I don't want to use review swaps. Well, then you just learn how to work and shut up and get it done. And in 6 months, once you finally built up an email list and you're starting to gain traction and you've published a few books, right? And you're probably $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in the hole, eventually things start clicking and your books start gaining more traction. And that's what it takes to build a long-term business from this, right? Now, my niche, it's a super, super ridiculously small niche. It only does about $2,000 a month from this one niche. It could do more, but what would it take is a ton of effort from my part, right? It would take me hiring a social media manager again to really get way more active on social media. On that note, how do you use social media to promote your books? You publish once an hour, every fucking day. Once an hour, every fucking day, in and around your niche. Not just, hey, I have a book, buy my book. It's like, if you're, what was something, current events? Give me a current event that's happening in the world right now. I don't know, but something about dogs, right? Say you're in the dog niche, right? It's like, hey, just found out about this, this new dog food. What do you think about, what do you think about these new brands, right? So that's one post. And then you find another post, right? Another post, maybe once or twice a day, you post something about your, hey, I just got this book, but it takes work and it takes really getting in there with whatever niche you want to get into. There's no secret. There's no secret. It's just actual long-term work. Remember, the majority of people you're going to see on YouTube, right? It's people who have done review swaps to an extent. I don't use them for my main niche, but yeah, I'll use them to get some books off the ground for niches that I'm not willing to do everything I just mentioned with, right? And then I'll use an email list to further promote those books so I don't have to keep relying on review swaps. Hopefully that makes sense. But you want to launch a book with reviews from day one, learn how to market your books better. Plain and simple. A turnkey solution for when? There's not one. Right? The days of turnkey solutions, like the days of just publishing a book on, I can't even believe we're talking about this, still 2018, right? Publishing a book on Amazon and just having money come in, those days are gone. You got to be slightly better than that. Let's talk about keyword research. All right, let's talk about keyword research. I haven't even got into the questions yet. Okay. Well, yeah, of course you can. Sean's earning $15,000 a month without an email list. What's your point? You don't need an email list to earn money. You need an email list to launch books without review swaps. That's what you need an email list for. More importantly, you use an email list to sell them higher end tickets. Making $2 or $20 off book sales is ridiculous, right? Those of you in the crypto niche, right? That should be the most lucrative, one of the most lucrative niches there is for publishers right now. Not because of the front end sales. It's idiots who buy crypto books have no idea on what to do with their money, right? Think about it, right? This is what I tell all my students that I coach. If you're buying a book on cryptocurrency on Amazon, they have no clue what they're doing. So sell them something from like ClickBank or JVZ on, you know, for cryptocurrencies. Sell them something because they'll buy it because they just bought a book about cryptocurrencies from Amazon. All right. That's one of the, you know, that's what you use an email list for. Review swaps mailing us is not prohibited by Amazon. Review swap was a mailing. But you're not review swapping. You're just asking people to leave a review. Felipe, I think that's how you pronounce it. You're just asking people to leave a review. So you're not swapping. You're just saying, like when I email out, like last week or the week before, I emailed my advanced review team, said, hey guys, the book's up. Go leave a review. Got 6 reviews for it on day 1. Right. And then I asked my regular list, only has about 1,000 or 1,200 people on it now. It's like, hey, hope you're enjoying the book. Please leave a review here. And I'll send them that email like 2 or 3 times. So how many books do I need for 5,000 income? I don't know. The easiest way is just go $100 per book. So $50. It's probably way less, but 50. Look, I was making what, $3,000 a month from 30 books when Ollie was making just over $11,000 a month from 30 books. It's a relevant question how much money I need or how many books I need for X amount of dollars. That's you're thinking about the business the wrong way. All right. Is making a list of top reviewers? No, I think that's more of a waste of time. If you've already bought one of those useless softwares that pulls all the emails, but I think Amazon's removing the emails or they were doing some sort of change with that. I'm not 100% sure, but no, that's a complete waste of time as well. Complete waste of time. You're better off going to like something like BookBub. All right, yeah, you want to launch a book without review swaps. Buy a BookBub promotion. For nonfiction, they range from $600 to $700. But like people like Steve Scott, SJ Scott, Hal Elrod, you know, these are major players on Amazon, self-published authors on Amazon. They swear by BookBub promotions. They're a little difficult to get. You're not guaranteed to get approved for them, and they're freaking expensive. But oh my God, they just swear by it. So that could be an option for those of you who are, you know, looking to experiment and you know, have that extra cash. How y'all doing? We good so far? Okay, I'm going to take a look at some of these questions that I want you to go into. Okay, in Ollie, like $100 is the budget for the mic, I'm thinking. Okay. So building an audience to leverage reviews and sales. What I've read is not very specific. How to use Facebook is weak. Well, you just have to niche down, right? And the reason why, you know, for nonfiction, the reason why nobody really says, here's your step-by-step method is because every niche is going to be different. Every market's going to be a little different, right? Cryptocurrency people might be hanging out in a slightly different area on, you know, they might be on Facebook, whereas something like knitting might be on Pinterest mostly. So that's why I said you have to really you have to decide who your market is and then figure out where they're at. Okay. All right. Where's the other one? Okay. I don't want her to do review swaps. Okay. Yeah. Handle that. I thought this was a great one. So how can someone without credentials create a book on a subject that someone will notice? How to show the book is an authoritative? like you don't need credentials to sell anything, right? Of course, you never want to claim you're a doctor if you're not a doctor, right? You don't want to make those type of outrageous claims, but you don't need credentials. Um, it's it's just marketing. You don't need credentials. That's just something that for this type of business you just don't need. Um, so then this person asks, is it really for me? Is it for anyone willing to work hard enough, or is it just for people with a business and sales and marketing background? Because it seems like those are the only ones who are getting success in this field, right? And that was a really great question because, you know, it's for anyone who works hard enough, right? There's so many, Suraj comes to mind right now. One of my students inside the Blueprint, he has an engineering background. Nothing with sales and marketing, and he does about $5,000 or so a month right now. So he's doing all right. You don't have to understand sales or marketing or anything like that. You just have to follow a system, and you'll learn what you need to learn by publishing more books. But like anybody can be successful with Kindle publishing. And then they go on, how do you improve on existing books without getting a writer to rewrite it? The first thing I do is when a book stops selling or anything, I'll double check the keywords, because keywords change over time. So it's a good idea. Keep an eye on how your keywords are doing, update your keywords in your metadata, play around with your description, play around with your heading. Sometimes it's updating the cover, right? You have to just pay attention to what's happening in the marketplace. That's just key. And, that goes back to just learning more about sales and marketing, so to speak. So, okay, let's see what's going on in the chat here. Felipe, do you think your training is increasing? What do you mean? Like the price of the Blueprint won't ever go up any higher than it is right now. This was the price I wanted to launch it at when I launched it a year and a bit ago. And it finally got there. So that won't go up. I offer, one-on-one training that's not cheap. Are you kidding me, man? The one phone call I'm waiting on, and it's all good. Okay. Keyword question: do you think lower search results for keyword is okay? Do you think the lower search results for keyword is the stronger the keyword is? I don't know. It's and that'll vary from niche to niche. Like I'm in a niche that there's less than 70 books in it. When I started, there was like less than 20, maybe even less than that. Right. But the problem with that is to scale it, right? Like I said, it only does about $2,000 a month. To scale it will take a lot more effort and a lot more advanced strategies. But I typically will start with something that's under 500 searches. Can someone leave a book review without buying the book? Yes, they can. That's just an unverified review. They can do that. All right, let's see some of the other questions here. Okay. I would like more detailed information about tax and how to avoid paying the 30% tax if I'm not a U.S. resident. So just go sign up for an EIN number. Just go call the IRS, sign up, and that's how you can avoid that. Kindlepreneur Dave Justin. If you just search like how do I get an EIN number, Kindlepreneur, you'll find his article on that. Suraj, once again, he's from India, and he finally just signed up for that. Now his tax withholdings is 0%. And he's like, if I'd done this sooner, I'd have an extra $2,000 in my bank account. So really easy to do. I'd like a laid out visual plan of a whole bookmaking factory, like on a conveyor belt. that is a really, really, really good idea. And that's definitely a way more advanced topic that we're not going to have time to get in, because it just involves having like an assistant. Like I have an assistant that runs about 90% of my publishing business right now. He'll publish the books, and I just kind of oversee things and send money where money needs to go. But he does the keyword research. He does the, book ordering, the cover ordering, the deals with all the VAs, so I don't have to deal with their nonsense. He does everything. We're working on ads right now, and I still get my hands in from time to time. But he sends me a weekly report, so I know what's going on, and there's incentives that we have. I just offered him, a bonus plan for every $1,000 we do above $5,000. He gets a bonus now. And so that's really cool. And we hit $10,000 a month. He gets $1,000 bonus, and he's over in Bangladesh. That's like 4 months of his paycheck. 5 months of his paycheck, actually. Holy crap. Wow. He must be. No wonder he's motivated. He's going to get 5 months of his paycheck as a bonus once we hit 10 grand a month for the publishing business. So you can outsource. I really feel that Kindle publishing, that's what it's designed to be. It's designed to be a conveyor belt like system. You just have to have good staff and a good, this is actually a message that I'm going to be talking about in Cancun. So I guess the short answer is get to Cancun. Can you do it without? Yes, you can be successful in Kindle publishing without a blog or a YouTube channel. I don't even know why you would think you would need one. When you write it yourself, should you be you, a pen name? So when it comes to marketing, how are we separating ourselves from the book written? Like, I think people who think too much about themselves or a pen name are just kind of thinking about the wrong things, and they're just delaying getting started. Doesn't really matter. Like, why don't I have pen names? Well, because my whole idea was to build a brand for myself, but I didn't want any of these books as part of it. That wasn't my overall goal. That's why I never used my name. Right? I knew the direction I wanted to build my business, so I never used my name on the books, because it just they weren't tied to my business, if that makes sense. Okay, we got some questions in the things here. My next book comes out, Richard says, my next book comes out next month, and to put it up on pre-order probably by the weekend. Do you think pre-order? Yes, I love pre-order, especially if you have an email, because then I just shoot them a couple of emails, and I pre-order at 99 cents, because then everyone it's $1, and they don't think about getting it. So, or they don't think about, it's just $1. So yeah. I'm a big fan of the pre-orders, Richard. Eduardo, hey bud. Regarding the topic on no or low content books, has been coming up a lot. Do writing companies know do the writing companies we know from your course, bro, no content books will take you like 10 minutes to throw together. You just have to like throw a couple words on the top and the bottom of the page and copy and paste it into a book, into however long you want it. So I would not know. The whole point of no content books is to keep your costs down, and it's a pretty lucrative market. So I wouldn't use a writing company for that, man. Start buying a couple no content books on Amazon for the niche you want to get into. Take a look at what they're doing and just model that. But yeah, just do it yourself. Save the money. Dylan, the niche I'm passionate about has less than 10 to 15 books for sale, but none are below 500 or 400,000 bestsellers. Should I still publish in that niche? Oh God, no, don't. No, man, you got to find something that's going to be actually profitable. Otherwise, you're just going to publish a couple books, and especially your first couple books, right? So if it's something you're not super passionate about, it's not the end of the world. But don't dive into that niche. What's the most you made on your first book? Look, that first book, I don't know if ebooks and CreateSpace sales have even broken even yet. Audiobook sales for that book, they do decent. So the only way I'd profit from that book is audiobook sales. Keep in mind, this was August of 2016. Are you okay, sweetie? We can never be sure that an ebook is going to sell before writing it. Correct. that there's no guarantee in business or in life. You can't be sure you're going to make it home today alive. But some of them, but some of them have quotations for everyday stuff. So it all depends on what type of book you want. All depends. So just judge the work, right? Like, I don't know. Email them or reach out to Marco, Eduardo, find out. I don't know. I've never done a no content book. So you're correct in the quotations. So might be like come up with 365 quotations, page a day, right? Just tell them to do that. Boom, put it on the top of the page. You're good to go. How many books do I need to make $10,000? It's the wrong question, man. Just start publishing books. I started pre-order for Kevin. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Don't know if I said hi yet. It's great to see you here. Just started pre-order my new book, 24 hours, 27 purchases already. Just checked. Email list is 69 people. I'll send another email tomorrow. The next day, email list is a few bigger now. Kevin, great job, man. Love to see you making some forward progress there. Is the Christian market profitable? I'm sure it is. How do you assess the competitions in your keyword? Let's say keyword is profitable below. Like if all the books have like hundreds and hundreds of reviews, I probably won't bother with it. But if only one or two books have like a couple hundred reviews, I'll get into it. I honestly never really look at the competition aside from what I just told you. Yeah. Daniel says, I'm just getting off the ground. I have 3 books that are around 25,000 words, I'm guessing, that are at a dig stage, getting off the ground at the stage. Do you have a low threshold of words per book? Yeah, 12,000, I always say is like the minimum. 15 is like what you should really aim for. 25K, like I would never tell a newbie to do 25,000. I don't know if you knew. I'm just gonna have to go. I have 3 books that are around 25,000. So are those your first 3 books? I just like for a new publisher, I probably just wouldn't tell them to do 25,000 because they could do 2 books at 12,000 and create a bundle. Now they have 3 books, right? So it's a big investment for somebody starting off who doesn't really know a lot about the game. But Melissa says, should I focus several niches or focus on one and build a brand? It's totally your call. Totally your call, Melissa. It's your call. Pick one, pick several. Like, depends on what you want to go after. All depends on what you want to go after. How much leverage does being good at sales copy for the description bring? Lots, Tom Bell, lots of leverage. Descriptions are, if you watch some of my videos I've done with Ollie where he talks about descriptions, it's massive because your description is selling your customer on purchasing the book. So that's what you want them to do. Beyond the mailing list, sometimes the books are selling well because their author has a lot of readers with the same theme. You cannot sell bills. That's the limit of Kindle Spy. Learn Kindle Spy 5 is coming out. Have you tried? Yeah, I use Kindle Spy and KDP Rocket. Kindle Spy is just time saver though. I just use it to bring up results really quick so I can just scan over the results. How big of a headache is it if you repurpose your own already published free content for a Kindle book? I would do that. Tom, like, so say you have a blog, right? You have a blog. Yeah. Repurpose it and create some books with it. So, but just make sure it's kind of rewritten in a sense. Yeah, you can definitely do that and publish it. Publish it yourself for sure. Just make sure it's rewritten a bit. Okay. I'm going to go back to some of these questions here. Where are we for time? All right. Maybe tax focus lesson on how to get into the business not having a U.S. bank account. Sign up for Payoneer. Okay. All right. How do you how to look like an authority figure in your niche while using a pen name. Publish more books. To become an authority figure just has books published, right? Like that's how you become an authority figure. If I have 10 books published and everyone else only has 2, I'm instantly an authority figure in that niche. That's it. Very simple. What could be the most efficient way to cut the cost of production, yet maintaining a high level of quality? Great question. And then they also ask, how can someone automate the whole process to make it passive? Once one makes enough money to afford to automate it. Yes. Okay. So efficient ways to cut the cost of production. Let me think about this. Yeah, maintaining a high level of quality. Find a freelancer. Find a freelancer who you're just gonna use to write all your books. Because once you build a relationship with them, you can tend to work out better rates than what you get from writing companies. And how can someone automate the process? Basically train somebody how to do it and then pay them to do it for you. That's all. How to improve on the existing books without getting a writer to, oh yeah, we could talk about that. Okay. Jacob asks, okay, hold on. Do you recommend writing your own books or buying? No, writing your own books is a waste of time. Like, do it if you have no money and you have to, but I'm in the, why did I get into Kindle publishing? To make money. That was it. I am an author. Don't want to be. Most authors are broke. I hate writing. Hate it. Can't stand it. So I pay people to write the books that I want and I publish them. So 100% be a publisher. Don't be an author. If you want to make money. If you have your own thing and you're a writer and you want to be an author, you can be an author and still make money. You just have to understand the publishing side and the marketing side of things. What are your thoughts on filling out the author page for your niches? Is it worth the time? Yes and no, Jacob. Yes and no. I always used to do that, but then I found out all I never was, and then I stopped doing it. And I don't really think I'm doing it anymore. So for some of the ones that I'm doing, but Tom, that's awesome. You're American, living in the Philippines. You have VAs coming into your ears. Fantastic. Okay, where are these questions there? Oh yeah. So growing a social media presence for your pen name, right? Growing a social media for your presence for your pen name is this. Create a social media account for your pen name and post on it as much as you post on it in your personal account. That's how you do it. I don't know why that question keeps coming up, right? Probably because they're looking for like the super easy solution. It's not. It's social media. Just post stuff, follow people, engage with people, and do it all under your pen name. You'll grow it. I'd like information on how to market books outside of Amazon. Myself, publishers join groups and get followers this way, but the courses I've purchased do not go into details about it. Just go and market your books off of Amazon. Use one of the many other platforms that you can, and just go do it. Like, just get your books everywhere else but Amazon then. How to actually get readers to buy our books and not rely on other authors who are looking for the same thing. I think we've covered that, right? Is there any chance that self-publishing is going to die sometime soon? No, probably not. Like, no one can predict the future, but I don't see it dying. How to determine what readers want, what to write about. How to know if what you want to write about will sell. So here's the thing about what you want to write about. What you want to write about might not sell because people might not want what you want. It's all about what the market wants, right? It's all about what the market wants. When I was publishing in my first niche, the first niche that took off, I had ideas for books But then I started doing surveys on social media and in my email list that I was building. And I started asking them, hey, what books do you want to see next? None of the ideas that I had, anybody mentioned. They were all other topics. And that really woke me up. I was like, damn, thank God I don't, publish all these books. Would have been a disaster. So now I just ask them, hey, what are the next books you want? Give me your 5 best or 5 best topics. And I go to my writers like, here, your next 5 books, go to town. That's it. So you have to just find out what your market wants. I love Ingram Spark. Love it. I have one book that does over $100 a week, every single week, like clockwork on Ingram Spark, and does like $3 on CreateSpace for some reason. Ingram Spark also pays way better royalties than Amazon does. Way better. And their expanded distribution is much better as well. Kevin, so does Pinterest do well with for you and your niche for marketing? That'd be an interesting topic to talk on. Have you had any luck with funnels like ClickBank completely off of Amazon? Yes. Nothing that's like, not like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but yep, I have. Do you look at the dates of other books in your keywords? No. Ollie. Do you have to be out of the KDP Select program to publish on Ingram Sparks? No, you don't. Do you publish nonfiction books more than fiction? Yes. I had like 4 or 5 fiction books, but unfortunately they were trademarked. And so Amazon company reached out to me and I made a deal with them and I just took them off. So I don't have any fiction books anymore, but they were like just kids stories. And they were like my number 2 bestsellers back in, this was like over a year ago. But now I just do nonfiction. What are some good ways to manage multiple passive income businesses while still working a full-time job? Get up earlier and stay up later. Those are the 2 things you have to start doing. Right? That's what I did. Just thinking back to it, it's just I had to create more time. So I sacrificed sleep to grow and build the business. Give up all your weekends. Give up family time. Do whatever you have to. Right? Depends on if, like, my goal was what? It was to leave my job. So anything that was distracting me from the business was essentially derailing my life. So I had to give up a lot of, make a lot of sacrifices to get the business to the point where I could leave the job and then get it to the point where Mariana could leave her job as well. So you just start giving up everything. Stop watching TV. Unplug it. If you're opening your computer, open it to work and make money. Yeah. Pinterest is great. You need to spend time pinning and getting followers. Once you have followers, you can get into groups, and that's where the good stuff happens. Love it, Kevin. I love to hear that social media platform is working well for you, man. Would like, I'd love to see you post more about that in the group. Just what you're learning with Pinterest and all of that, how you're making that work. Is that primarily for your fiction niche or your nonfiction? Canon, hey, what should I buy a domain for the book title or pen name? No, I don't know. If you're going to build a brand, if you're going to spend some time on it and really go deep, maybe might be a good idea. It gives them more authority. I probably own 40% of the domains for my books. Like 40% I purchase domains for, right? You got to remember they're like pretty dirt cheap. So how do you verify kind of your book's unique and original? Use a good writing company. That's all I do. You can use like Copyscape and stuff if you're using freelancers, but new publishers should not use freelancers. You should not use freelancers until you've published 4 or 5 books, maybe 6 or 7, because just you don't know anything yet. So the chances of you getting ripped off, the chances of you running into trouble, the chances of you losing money are just so much higher. Use a writing company, all-in-one service. Get it done the right way. Do you look at number of pages your competitors? No. Page count doesn't really matter. Love it, Kevin. Thanks. All right. Let's see what some of your questions. How do you find a good proofreader if you write your own books? Probably just go on Upwork. Maybe Fiverr. No. Who am I kidding? Go to Upwork. Go to Upwork. Pick somebody from the States. Do not pick somebody from overseas. I had a coaching student. They're like, yeah, I got my book back from a proofreader. And it was horrible. I'm like, where were they? Oh, they were over in like India. Like, well, what the fuck did you expect? Get somebody in the States to proofread your book. Pay more. Get it done the right way. Less headache. You know, I'm sure there's good proofreaders over there, but you got to find them. And if you're new, you're not going to find the good ones. You're just going to get all the bad ones. Right? Remember, it's make your job as easy as possible. Make your job as easy as possible. That's what you want to be focused on. Okay. How do the veterans of Kindle publishing get reviews fast when publishing a book? Honestly, most of them just do review swaps, right? Some of the more advanced ones, if they have an email list built, they're going to use an email list. They're going to market their book the right way. We got something Mexican, just loud speakers. So excuse the noise. Is there any reliable companies that translate books into other languages? I'm sure there are. I don't know any. I know the twins talked about that on their channels. How do I get more visibility on Amazon? Sell more books. Market more books. Send people to your books. Eduardo says, careful with Upwork. Don't publish an open job because you'll get on kinds of skill. Well, I publish an open book, but then I just or an open job, but you just got to hire the right people. You got to be good at screening people. I have a couple of interviews on screening people. You just got to get good at that. That's just another reason that people should just use writing companies at the beginning, right? Chances are you don't know how to interview people. Babblicute. Okay, that's the one I was thinking of. I just couldn't think of the name. Thanks, Kevin. You're right, Eduardo. You could do that as well. But I'd just rather have a whole bunch of people apply and then just sift out all the, you know. Okay, more about AMS and creating a list of monetizing it, how to reach better audiences, take your books beyond Amazon, and cover that. Copywriting, intellectual property. If I come up with a new idea for my book, how can I keep it from getting stolen? That's a good question. And truth is, I don't really know. You could apply for a copyright or a trademark, whatever the correct term is. You can apply for that, I'm sure. This is more common in fiction because this happens more in fiction, right? Because if you write the next Harry Potter series and it really blows up, you want to make sure that, you know, nobody jumps on that and tries to take it off your hands before you get it filed. So, okay, cool. All right. All right. So I think those are pretty much all the general ones that I wanted to go through. I'm going to be, so those of you who want some more help, right? I'm going to, let me grab the link for y'all. Okay, here. Okay. This is those of you who want like more help and you can't afford my one-on-one coaching. I'm going to be coming up with this. It's not open yet, but there's a link and you can click it. You can join the waiting list for a new service that I'm going to be coming out with. I'm only going to work with 10 people for this exclusive service, but it's really going to help break down and just dumb down the publishing process for those 10 people. So links there. You can join the waiting list. Just enter your name, email. Page ain't pretty. I just had my assistant throw it up really quick in time for the live call. But more info will be coming out shortly. Let's take a look at, do you price your book? Do you look at the price of your competitors? If some of them are over $9.99. No, I don't look at the competitors' pricing at all, actually, now. I just use my pricing strategy. That's it. Like, I never look at what they're selling their books for. I wonder if I could. No, I never do anymore. Because I'm just focused on, look, I guess it's because I'm so confident in my pricing strategy and the methods that I use for publishing. What somebody else is doing on Amazon, the chances of them, like, I don't want to say knowing more because I don't know it all by any means, but I'm just more confident in my abilities than, oh, they're selling it at this much. So like, well, they might just throw that up there because they think that's going to be what it is. But, at $9.99, maybe your book should be priced at like $7.48 instead. Maybe your book should be priced at $14.97. Right? Why did they choose $9.99? So I don't really pay attention. I've been out of publishing for 8 months. Are there some major changes? In 8 months, have there been some major changes? No, not major changes, slight changes. Like ACX got a little, Amazon's taking ACX a little bit more seriously. The KDP print is starting to look a little greener, but there hasn't been massive changes at all. So you're not missing any. Just get back in and start publishing books. Why did you leave for 8 months? Right. Oh, and hey, if you're not in my free group, you should join my free group. I'm going to take on one student to give them a free coaching call. The catch is I'm going to record it and I'm going to put it on my channel. So I'm going to use this case study and I'm going to dive through your books and tell you exactly what you need to work on to start making money. So you have to be less than $1,000 a month. You can't have hit 1,000 and like now you're at 800, but no, I want somebody who's never had $1,000 a month yet. You got to have more than a few books, right? Because if you have 2 books, my only answer to you is just go publish more books. You have no clue what you're doing yet. So you need to have like, probably like 5 books minimum. Been publishing longer than like 2 months. But if anyone wants that, there's a post in the free group for that, as well as in the regular one. But you can just PM me on Facebook, and I'll ask you a couple more questions, and we'll see. But I'm doing 2 case studies, and I've got 1 lockdown, so I'm just looking for 1 more person. Can I price my paperback 1997 for 25,000 words? Are you the person who's been asking me this on like every video? Like, price it, man, and see if it sells. Price it at 14 and see if it sells. Right? Like you gotta play around with it and see. Cool, Avatar. Avatar? Did I say it right? Hopefully I got your name right. Avatar. Pricing really all depends on the market and it depends on what the market demands. So got a few more minutes. If you have any other additional questions, I'm just going to see if any other ones have come in. No. All right. Any last questions? All right. We got a email list of around 3,000 people. How to start again. Email them. chances are you've kind of killed your list. If you haven't emailed them in 8 months, probably going to get like a 13% open rate. But hey, 13% is better than 0. So, email them, but you probably started off from scratch, depending on how many books you got and everything like that. So sweet. Awesome. All right, everybody, I'm going to wrap it up here. But hey, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget Cancun, September 6th to the 9th. Link in the description, and it'll pin the comment. But I would love to see you all there and blow your minds in terms of publishing and what's possible. So excited for you. Happy publishing.